Hello everyone. How are you guys doing? I'll wait for at least one person to join and then we can start. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. No one? Or am I not live? Okay, I have to check that. Let's check in the channel. So two people are watching. Good evening, Rupesh. Welcome to the show. So let's see. We'll start in a minute at 6:05. Before that, just let me put my laptop on focus mode for at least an hour. Yeah. So yeah, till people join. Hi Alberto, welcome back. How are you doing? So we crossed 1600 subscribers. Nice. And almost like this is the 64. I guess it counts the live episodes that are yet to happen as well. So 60 plus. That's good progress in my opinion. Yeah, so we are here, and then the next week starts a very special new series called Let's Learn ERP Next, LLE. I have shortened it out. Episode 1. So, basics of ERP Next. It will start from scratch. Dharmesh, Saili, Dipain, they are going to teach me ERP Next. So, we are going to use it, do a use case. And then next Saturday and the next Saturday after that, we are going to have two episodes. That is with Anup, who is the creator of Bruno, an awesome open source API client that I use nowadays, and Akash, whom I met for the first time in India. First, I've been following him on Twitter. Great UI UX skills. Uh, he's the creator of Blaze and a few other open source projects. Pretty cool stuff. So yeah, that's the lineup. So now, as you can see, new episodes every Saturday. And I'm also working on an article that I will soon publish. So cool. So you can see the episode list has been quite long now. But yeah, where were we? So part one and part two, what did we do? Let's go to GitHub, Edge Cloud, Frappe. Cool. So if I go to commits. So this is where we ended last, what do you say, episode, where we did some link field fixes. I even raised a PR in the Frappe repo that we fixed live, right? That got merged. If you go here and check, the author is me. Yeah, this one. So now link fields work in virtual DocType. So that we did live. And this, I was feeling adventurous, I think, yeah, day before yesterday. So basically, I implemented one more DocType called Hetzner SSH key DocType that basically let me do another feature on top of it, which is basically while we create a server. So we implemented creation of server in the last episode. You can provide an SSH key and it will place that key in the server. So it basically places that SSH key. If you check here, it places that SSH key along when it calls the create. So that means that as soon as you click save, the server is running. You can go to your terminal and SSH into that public IP. So that was smooth. Okay, so what's in plan for today? So let's first exit from here. Let's do bench start. It won't work because I have FM list. So Frappe Manager, fm stop vanilla dot. This is like I will have to have another video on this. So this is the new local setup that local setup tool that RT Camp has released, and it is open source and it works on top of Docker, and it's just awesome. It's like stop the site now. So FM is their Frappe manager, just awesome. So I'm going to use it in some other episode, but right now I have the app and the setup in my local bench, so I'm going to use that. Hi Abdul Rahim. So yeah, now I can do bench start. Cool. Now let's go back to the browser, edgecloud.local, edgecloud. Yeah, cool, 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 cool. I also implemented delete server. Not much. Hetzner server list. So this was our server, right? And link fields are working now that we implemented in the last episode. Also, let's open the code base in VS Code. Oh, what did I do? I opened the whole bench in VS Code. Cloud Frappe. I was experimenting with some stuff. I can delete that now. So if I go to server, delete was very easy. You just have to have a delete function method in your virtual doctype, and then I called underscore server dot delete, which basically delete is the uh, method provided to us by the Hetzner Python client on the server object, which we stored right here before initializing the object. Cool. So we can remove this now, and I will show you what it means actually. So now I also implemented another doctype SSH key. So it's also a virtual doctype again. So it contains the public key, and you can create new, give it a name, a public key. And then when you're creating a server, right? So let's create a server to check if it is working. Coolify2. So you can ignore this message. I have raised an issue on Frappe repo because it was tricky to fix. Let's create a Ubuntu 22.04. Let's pick the cheapest one because they send me a bill, of course. And I can place a SSH key. It says will be placed in the server at the time of creation. So let's hit save. So if you go back, refresh, it's initializing the server. Let's wait for a bit. It's starting the server now. Starting, and the server is running. So what you can do now is let's reload this. And this is the public IP, right? You can copy this because I have already placed my SSH key. I can go here, SSH root at this IP. Okay, verification failed. Remote host identification has changed. It is possible that someone is doing something nasty. Okay. Hmm. Weird. Because I checked it last time, it was working. That's fine. Let's try again. Yeah, something. Yeah, let it go. Otherwise, it like just worked. I don't know what the issue is, and I don't have time right now to debug. But now, as you can see now, if I go delete it, remove the entry for that IP from your known hosts. Okay. Danny says, let's do that. By the way, hi Danny. SSH dot SSH known host ls nano known hosts. There is also a known host called. Okay. Was it this? 65.21.42243.2. Okay. Maybe it assigns the. So let's delete this one. How can I delete this? Because in Nano it is easy. In Vim. So let's delete dd, dd, dd. Okay. WQ. And then let's try SSH again. Okay. Awesome. It works. Ah. So now I know the problem is because last time I created this server, maybe they gave me the same public IP and then I already SSH'd into it and the fingerprint was there and the fingerprint changed. Okay. Nothing to worry about. Let's try deleting the server now. The server is there, of course, we were inside it. A 20 gigabyte this memory usage was this. If we check 20 gigabyte memory. So let's do delete, 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 and it will delete the server and it is gone. So if you now try to SSH, maybe for a split second it will let you do it or it won't. Yeah, it's gone. The server is gone. Cool. So that was the delete functionality and SSH key functionality. So let's start with something simple. Now let's add a link, right? Because right now if I go to Safari, Hetzner cloud, let me log in. Yeah. Okay, they have improved some stuff. Cool. So I want to visit this page directly from here. If there are some actions that I can't do from here, I should be able to directly jump to this page. So let's check the URL. So it's this slash projects slash the project ID server ID overview. So how do we get this project ID? Server ID we already have. So let's copy this URL and I will open up Hetzner server.js. What we will do is we will add a frm.add web link. So that's like view in website, right? You have seen that link on the sidebar. The same thing. It will let you create your own. So label will be view in Hetzner console, right? We'll figure this out. Right now it is hard coded, but let's try this. So view in Hetzner console. If you click, like in this, I'm not authenticated, so it won't let me. I don't even remember my password because I didn't set a password. I used a random generated hex string. That's fine. So we need two things for this for it to work on any server. The one thing is the project ID, and the thing is the server ID. So let's see if server has the server ID, this part, but how do we get the project ID? Dash site hcloud.local console from hcloud utils get Hetzner client equal to get Hetzner client dot servers dot get by name and okay, let's store it server equal to underscore. Okay, so now what I want is server dot is there project ID. No, let's check their API docs. API Hetzner. Okay, get a server, and what does it return? Backup, data center, ID, image, deprecated description, ISO, placement group, public this server type. So how do I know the project? Hmm. Not easy not easy as I thought it to be. Let's do a search. Project. Hmm. Mhm. Okay, how do I find? Is it even possible? Okay, there the API token is for the project itself. Hmm. So what we can do is, okay, so I have to place it in the site config, right? But okay, fine. We'll place it in the site config. Not audible to everyone, or can somebody else confirm? Anwar? I don't know. Can someone confirm? Yeah, this is the server ID. So it will be frm dot doc dot id. Let's do this thing. Yeah, Danny can hear. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's split it into multiple lines. Okay, better. Now, let's go back. So now, since we have realized the API key is for the project itself, so okay, this isn't working. Dollar sign is missing. Let's check now. Yeah, now it should work. That's fine. Now we have to somehow get this part. For now, I'll leave it here, but later we can like get this as well from the site config. Cool. How do we complete that feature? Let's complete it. So I have to go back to this screen so I can place something in my site config because the site config has the API key and I accidentally do not want to remove or reveal it. Let's open up the project, bench sites, hcloud.localhost dot siteconfig.json, Hetzner project ID, and I'll place the project ID here, which is a number. Cool. Now I can bring back screen share. So what I did was I placed it in the site config. So I need to clear cache or restart. Clear cache was easier, but fine. Now I go to console. I'll check whether the project ID is frappe.conf dot get Hetzner project ID. Right? It is there. Nice. So now I have to check whether the conf is available in JS console already loaded somehow, right? Or we need to store it somewhere. Frappe.conf, no? Makes sense because otherwise it will be a security issue, right? Because site config contains a lot of secret stuff. So what I can do is when I'm returning the server, right? I can return project ID frappe.conf.get Hetzner project ID. We can add a field probably if we want to. Cool. Now if I go to JavaScript console, frm.doc dot oh cur frm.doc dot project ID won't come. I got it. Why? Because we need to add that field. Edit DocType. Let's duplicate integer or data field works too. Let's add it here. We will rename this to project ID. Right, the project ID is here, and we will do cur frm dot doc dot project ID, which is this. Awesome. And now in the JS, I can replace this with frm dot doc dot project ID. Awesome. This should. Let's copy this link. Go back to Safari because that is where I'm logged into Hetzner. Let's see what it opens, and it does open the correct thing. So we implemented a small yet useful feature. Let's commit. Yep, small feature. Feed web link for Hetzner console, Hetzner dashboard. Okay, cool. So let's implement one more thing. Actually, it is kind of a fix. So we are everywhere getting this client, right? So what if the user hasn't set a API key? So it won't fail. So let's try this keys, right? Let's do this get Hetzner client. So it will return it, but when you try to do this, right, servers dot get all, right, unable to authenticate. So the user might not realize it until they load something, right? Even if they are if they call this method, they should know that okay, there was something missing. So if not, so let's also get project ID. If not, okay, Hetzner API key and project ID are required before creating a client object. Okay, so let's see now how it works. If I go back, let's do keys again. So now if someone tries to call the client, right? Right? Something. So API key and project ID are required before creating a client object. And also let's make this somewhat helpful. Please place, let's do Hetzner API key and Hetzner project ID in site config. Nice. So the message is more specific now with the solution that, okay, you can do this to get it working. Cool. Let's hit commit. Why is there an empty line here? I don't know. Okay. Fix throw if credentials credentials are not found in config. Nice. So two of the things I wanted to do are checked off now. Handle this, add a web link. That is done. So now there are a few features that I want to implement. So there is an API, if you check the API docs, right? There is an API for get metrics for a server. So this basically returns, what do you say? Like the metrics, disk, network, what's the usage over time, CPU, disk, or network, right? CPU, disk, and network. So what I want to do is I want to create a report out of it. So in Frappe, you can visit like this report, select the server, and it will show you the metrics along with some chart. That is one big feature. The second is attaching volumes. So I have a server already, right? I have some actions and I can say attach volume. Volume will basically extra disk. Okay. 20 gigabyte more, right? So right from here, I can do attach volume and then it opens up a dialog box. It asks me how many gigabytes and done. So two features and we are done with this project. So which should we do first? Hmm. Because I want to do one that even if we take all the time, the next one doesn't matter because that would be too easy. So let's do report. Report list. Let's create a new report. That will be a script report. And let's give it this name, Hetzner server. So you will notice that I have prepended every doc type which is related to this app with Hetzner. Because server is generic and maybe some other app brings its own server or something. Hetzner server, what do they call it? Metrics. Metrics. So I haven't this will be what do you say surprising, but I have done like so many episodes, but we have never created a report live. I have a video on report, but not in build with this one. Oh, so this will be the first time. So Hetzner server. Let's is it, it's a standard module is H Cloud Frappe, awesome. System manager, fine. Let's hit save. Show report, nothing comes back, but the files got created. Let's get rid of this for now, the empty line, of course. And we have this py file where we have to return the columns and the data. So let's open that py file. Yep. Let's import Frappe. Now we have to write a report and Frappe will do the task of displaying it. So if I return a column here, right? What should we do? Field type data, just as a sample. field name, my field, for those who are new to reports basically. So you can return a list of dictionaries for columns. Field name, field type, label, ABC, probably anything. And then let's split this into multiple. પોણી કલાક હજુ બચી છે 7:15 કરું થઈ ગયું આ કરો આ નહીં કરા આને એ લોકો મના કરે જે વાત પછી મના કેર કર્યો એમ કે હા નંબર મોકલી દો ને તો આકડો કમ કરો ને પપ્પા કહેજો સૈદામાંથી જે WhatsApp में નંબર મોકલના ને પછી આ રફીક મામા ગાલ કરી દઉંगा हाँ नारियनो बीजे नंबर ठीक है उनके परमानेंट नारुता करो गड़बड़ है okay I'm back so let's remove data from here and let's return my field okay it should be a valid field name hello world that's fine and let's go back refresh this is the column we returned and hello world right so we don't have to worry about the UI we just have to worry about getting this let's go to API docs check how it returns the metrics I don't think the metrics what do you say the data is more useful I think the chart will be more useful so let's first get the data so how do we get the data let's go back then client equal to get Hetzner client okay you have to include the corrected one now what did I do ha 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 I committed this fix API key now it works client dot metrics does it have a metrics object let's check the docs hcloud python docs servers client I think the servers client will have the metrics no metrics hmm hmm it doesn't have a method to get metrics but the API has it let's search a bit otherwise we will directly call the API hmm Hmm, can't seem to find it. Okay, so if we don't find it, there is a dot request, right? Perform a request to Hetzner API. We give it a method, URL, tries of the request. Oh, that's fine. So yeah, looks like we have to do it manually. So let's do it manually then. So it's API slash metrics and then type of the metrics start and end. So start and end are basically start date time and date time. So we this could be filters probably, right? Of the report. Ha. What else? Yeah, let's try. Let's try this. So this will be this. Type start end. This became quite request. So the server ID is, so let's first get a server. Let's get the server ID. Let's store the response. Okay, URL. What? Okay, method and URL. Okay, fine. Method is get. I thought the method is this. I don't know why, but yeah, that's what I thought. And URL, let's copy this whole thing. Now I think we have to give the complete URL. So ID, again, we have to go and copy. Okay, if you guys are still with me, post some emojis. I don't know where Salim has been, or Kenneth, or did I type an E mistakenly here? Probably. So let's get the CPU usage. Start can be, the start from here. 2023. When did I start this server? Let's get it from 28th of November to today, which is what is it? Today's date is 09. Yeah, December 23. Let's do it. Not found. What was not found? Hmm. Hmm, this is weird. We should have done the volumes one. Yeah, okay, let's give it a few more minutes. Let's check the source code for this. Okay, so probably invalid input in start and okay, the error changed. The error changed, so we are getting somewhere. uh, then what do I return? Start and end, what's the format of that? ISO 8601 format. So ISO format. YYYMMDD. That's what I was putting in. Hmm, I don't know how to get it now. Because in Safari I can't even look at the request, or can I? I've never tried this. Does Safari have developer tools? I don't think it has. Anybody? Maybe you know. Let's try to change the password somehow. Okay. No. Now I don't want to do this time. Okay. Now let's log in from Arc because Safari is Safari. Yeah. So what I wanted to do was to check if they are making the API request to the same API that they have given us access to. So I will clear this, and go to graphs. Okay, so metrics. This start and they are also like fetching it in real time, fetching again and again. So they are using their API as well. Nice. Mm, let's copy this part. Let's paste it in. Okay, which part did I miss? This one. Hmm. Now how it works? Response dot status. Oh no, response. Oh, they parse it. Just like Frappes make get request post request. Disk, read write, IOPS read write. I guess CPU will also be there. Huh. So I put in the date in the same format. Maybe something wrong, but fine. Let's not get disk. I just want the CPU right now. A matrix, and then that has the start and the end and the step, and then a time series which you can render as a graph. Cool. Let's go back here and import from edgecloud.utilities, import Hetzner client, and then I will initialize the client here, client equal to get Hetzner client. Then let's copy this part. We'll replace hard-coded values, but for now it will be fine. Let's just get something working. That's my point. Slowly we can enhance. So let's create a new function called get metrics, which takes in the filters. Let's move this. Get metrics from Hetzner. Good name. And we can abstract this part out as well. Clean code, right? Now data will directly say get, not Hetzner client, get metrics from Hetzner, give it the filters, and that's it. So now we will process the response here, process the response, so it is displayable in the report view. Then we'll return the response. Okay, fine. So for now, what we have to do is let's format it first. So format. Okay. Let's look at the response structure. So it will be response metrics, then response metrics start and time series. Time series, CPU, very nested structure. Ha! Inside CPU there is values. Oh, ho. Then there is it is a list of tuples. I don't know what this tuples is. X and Y axis. So one will be time, I guess, and one will be the percentage. So I think this is 30%, and this is time in. Okay, let's check the docs. Tricks, time series object, hash with time series information containing the name of the time series as the key. So this I assume is UTC timestamp or what? Probably UTC timestamp. But yeah, let's just get it to the report view first. So the values will give us a list of tuples. It is a list of lists, but two values, so I'll call it tuples. So let's store data in here. Okay, why is it convert indentation to tabs format? So the first will be, so let's process the data for time stamp comma value in data, right? So let's do one thing. Let's not print it, let's return it. So I will add two columns here. One field will be, this is like formatted, so let's let that be usage percentage. You can call it whatever you want. Label will be usage, right? And then we will have a second column which will be of type very big float. Let's do that for now. Anything works. We will eventually have to convert it into some useful format. That's it. This will be time stamp timestamp. Cool. And now columns are here. Data is coming from this matrix. Come on. Yeah. So filters we will do it. Okay, we are already touching 7. So let's do this. Let me do, let's do this as values. Data will be an empty list. We will create this and let's do values, right? And then I will do data.append exactly. Good. And then I will return this data. So let's go back. Let's go back to our report. Report list, Hetzner server metrics, show report. It's loading. And as you can see, the percentage and the timestamp are here. So this data is actually coming from where? It's coming from Hetzner. So I don't think we'll need Frappe here. Usually it's frappe.getDoc, frappe.getAll, frappe.this. But this whole report is not coming from our DB, but directly from Hetzner. So this pattern you can find it in Press Frappe Cloud's report as well. So what site analytics you see, right? They are not coming from the database of Frappe. Something similar happens, and we have an analytics server where it goes, tells which site's data and from where to where it wants, and gets back and shows you. So let's try to format the timestamp in some sane, readable format. let's timestamp is in this format. Convert to this works as well. I don't know. Let's see what it does. Okay, it's weird. It's weird. Yeah, convert it to readable format. What is it doing? Copilot is drunk. What are you doing? Okay, Copilot won't help. Let's do it ourselves. From frappe.utils.data import convert UTC to convert UTC to system time zone. We have convert UTC to time zone. Let's convert UTC. Let's try this. Let's give it a number. I don't think this is UT. Oh, I have no idea what this number is. Float has no attribute tz info. I don't think that is what it is. Let's see Hetzner docs. Containing the name of the time series as the key. Yeah, so I think this is this. UTC timestamp 2, we have to convert it into ISO. UTC timestamp. So is there something in Frappe which we can use? Into ISO. Let's see now if Copilot is able to do it. It's doing something using datetime module. Let's import datetime for it. And let's see if it is doing what it says it is doing. Let's reload. 2023. Ha! So it's I don't know. So yeah, working with datetime is always hard. At least for me, I don't know. Okay, because str f time. Let's try this one. Still, it is returning 2023 for some reason. Where is the other values? Where are the other values? Hmm. That's fine. Let's leave it to that. Let's get a chart because anyways the chart will be more useful. I will figure it out. Don't worry. Let's get uh chart. That will be a dictionary. So data, labels, data sets, line chart. Cool. And then we have to send the chart here. So you can check the documentation of Frappe charts for what schema you have to send the data and the data set in. But yeah, looks correct to me. Okay, nice. Nice, right? Just add a filter here to which server, and this can be a useful report. And we can return empty data because we don't want to see the data anyways. We just are concerned with the chart. Okay, if there is no data, it doesn't show the chart. That is a different thing. There should be some way that I am not aware of. But yeah, as you can see, like this is very useful. Let's do one more thing. CPU usage. I think what that does is it adds a title somewhere here, or I returned it at the long place. Wait, I returned it at the wrong place. So let's do filters now. Okay, let's go to Hetzner server metrics .js. I will add filters. First will be field name server, right? Field type will be link. Options Hetzner server reqd1. Let's reload. As you can see, now we have to select a server first. Haha. The server, and of course the report is still going to be hard coded, but at least now we can get the filters here and add that ID here. Cool. So let's get server name equal to filters.getServer. Or we can do server name. Let's go to JS and change this to server name. Let's add a label. Label will be server. Okay, let's refresh. Let's select this and we should get a server name here. So we'll use that to get the server ID. Frappe.get doc. Not this. It will be ID. Server ID. Let's import Frappe, which we deleted in overconfidence. And that server ID we will pass here, right? Let's try this now. Reload, Coolify 1, right? If we had some other server, it would have shown that report. Make sense? So nice, we have a report. So this is the CPU report. So let's do one thing. Hetzner server. Let's rename this report, or maybe let's add some more metrics that we can do, or let's do CPU usage. Or wait. Better idea. Ah, let's add field name metric. So we'll ask the user what. So this report is can be more useful. Label metric type field type select options CPU disk memory. Let's go back to the report. Let's reload. Metric type should also be a required field. Required one. Let's see if we can set a default option here. Default CPU. Right? So it will fetch the CPU. Right now it won't fetch the disk because we have hard coded it, but now we can easily do that. Let's do metric type filters.get metric type. Did we name this here? Same thing. Names are important and hard. So we don't have start and end yet, but here I will pass metric type. Here also, instead of getting that, this can be dynamic. And usage percentage, I don't think that will be percentage anymore. Let's select a server. There was only one server. So CPU, let's see memory. Okay, I don't think there is. Invalid input for type. Let's read the docs. CPU, disk, and network. Okay. So memory you can't view. That's fine. CPU, disk, network. And I knew it will be error because it won't be as straightforward as this. So let's try. Because the object response might be different. So let's try disk. We'll inspect the response, how it looks like. So it is inside disk 0 bandwidth write and read. Read write. Read. Ah. So let's try this. Okay, wait. Did the wrong thing here. We are completing the app, Hetzner app that we have been building. So we are building a report that basically lets you choose a server and the type of metric and fetches it from Hetzner, and you have a nice report. That's the goal. So we are on the final step. We want them to the server selection works, but this doesn't work yet. Yeah, as you can hear it, if you can hear the sound. So because the key is different, so desk it for disk it gives different types of metrics. For CPU, it's just one metric. Let's see if this works. Yeah. So for disk, right? If it is disk, uh, E equal to CPU. If metric type is disk, E equal to, for now I'll do write, and then key, right? Let's go back. Let's refresh. We will end at 750. Okay, it's already 750. Disk, and this the disk usage. I think it's the number of write operations, since that is what we chose from here, right? Cool. So we have a cool report now. Let's inspect network also. So to feel complete, right? Let's just see if we can get the network working as well. Network. Let's check the response. What are the keys? Again, I think it has two keys, bandwidth in and bandwidth out. So if metric type is network, let's do bandwidth in. Let's reload. Let's select the server. Let's view network this time. Nice. So this is the, what do you say? Network operations. Inbound network. Nice. So yeah, the report works. It's a basic report, but it works. So let's say usage instead of usage percentage. Usage. Because for different metrics, it is different. What do you say? The unit is different. Yeah. The- I was missing the unit word, but yeah. Cool. So this is, we have a report now. Let's quickly create a workspace. Let's give it a title of Hetzner. Let's give it an indicator color of red because that's their color. Parent, I don't know. Public is fine. Let's create. Let's move it to the top. Let's go to settings. We'll set a module. hcloud frappe. Let's hit save. That will generate the file in the backend. And now we can add some shortcuts. DocType, Hetzner servers, add. Let's expand. Cool. What all other links can we have? Yeah, let's add one more shortcut. DocType, SSH keys. Let's add just one more shortcut. That will be to a report which we built moments ago. Cool. Undefined? Uh, probably virtual doc type issues. That's fine. So you can jump. Or maybe, wait. What did I do? Is it the issue? No, this isn't. Yeah, virtual doc type issue. So instead of that, let's do new, new server. The undefined still hasn't gone. Yeah, but the report works. Cool. So I took this task because I wanted to show a report as well. But yeah, cool. Let's commit. Feed works. Let's say report metrics report. And what else did we do? We created a simple workspace. Let's push, and we are done with this project for now. Maybe behind the scene, I will do some stuff. I'll push it if you want to watch the repo. I'll probably get the attach volume working. And I hope this series have been helpful. So I had in mind just one episode to do this, but ultimately we did three. And yeah, feedback is welcome, whether you learned something new, which part did you like, and yeah, join the Discord group. I'm very active nowadays there. Like the community is active as well. Almost, I think 80 plus members now in a few days. But yeah, you can share your ideas, episode ideas. If you want to see something specific, you can share there. And behind the scenes stuff, also I post there whatever I'm working on. Alberto is there, you can ask him. Even Maharshi joined today, so you can ask him as well. Cool. So this was Hetzner integration for Frappe. Yeah, it's not perfect, but you can do a lot of stuff now. So maybe write a server script which listens to your API key and creates a new server or returns some stuff from your server doc type, right? Because getDoc and everything works. You can create new server from here. And one advanced part would be what Frappe Cloud does, right? Run Ansible after creating that server, install packages, install some stuff, set them up. That all can also be automated from here. So you can just create a few doc types, install the Ansible Python package, and you can do that. Yeah, that was it for the series. Probably we'll start the next. So I'm going to pick a UI heavy project now because we have been doing a lot of backend stuff lately, and I want to go to the front end now. So that automation project, right, that is going to be UI heavy as well as it will take some data modeling. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Probably we'll start in first week of January with the automation project because new year, new project, right? For this December, we have the plan for two episodes of FOSS series, and then there is ERP next series starting. So let's check the calendar. So let's see month. And December we have how many Saturdays left? Okay, 30 is the only day where I have to plan an episode. Otherwise, 16 and 23 are booked. And let's see, we'll do something on 30. But I won't start the project on 30, the new project. We'll start that on 1st of January probably, which is Monday. Cool. Yeah, anything else, do let me know. Bye bye. Have a nice day, everyone.